Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Sports Blitz here. We're back with another NFL video. Before I get started, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Only 12% of you guys that watch my videos right now are currently subscribed, so please help me out and make sure to subscribe. We're aiming for 350 subscribers by the end of July, so if you guys could help me reach that goal, that would be super appreciated. But let's go and jump into today's video. We're going to be doing the top 10 quarterbacks heading into 2021. Now, quick disclaimer here. I do have both Deshaun Watson and Aaron Rodgers on this list. However, I went ahead and did two honorable mentions at the very end that basically I would put in the top 10 if Deshaun Watson and Aaron Rodgers don't play in 2021. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Our first honorable mention at number 12, we have Kyler Murray. I was really tempted to put him actually in the top 10. It was really close. Kyler Murray can do it all. He's an incredible passer. Coming out of the draft, I wasn't really sure about Kyler Murray. I wasn't sure he was going to be all that great as a deep ball thrower. I thought his mobility would help him quite a bit, which it obviously does. But I wasn't sure how he was going to be as a passer. He really proved me wrong. He has been incredible, and really, I think he can be even better. I think Cliff Kingsbury, in a way, is almost holding him back. I think Kyler Murray can honestly perform like honestly an MVP quarterback. I think he's incredible. If he gets put in a better system, if Cliff Kingsbury ends up getting fired, I think it could be really good for Kyler Murray. I really do. But for now, I have him at number 12. Other honorable mention I have is Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill is, I feel like he's overhated, honestly. I've seen a lot of fans in the NFL really hating on him, saying he gets carried by Derrick Henry and, his offensive line. I mean, Derrick Henry honestly didn't start really putting up these insane numbers until Ryan Tannehill went over there. Until he started, being the starting quarterback. When it was Marcus Mariota at the helm, I mean, Derrick Henry, his numbers were kind of mediocre, in all honesty. And I'm not trying to discredit Derrick Henry in any way. Okay, I think Derrick Henry is an incredible running back, and as a Panthers fan, I think he might be the best running back in the league. I might put him over Christian McCaffrey. Not sure yet. Ryan Tannehill, he helps that offense so much. He's an incredible deep ball thrower. A lot more accurate than people give him credit for. And he's another one I strongly considered putting inside the top 10. Number 9, I have Justin Herbert. Number 10, I have Justin Herbert. Herbert is another guy that just absolutely blew me away. I did not think he was going to be this good in the NFL, especially his rookie year, but he played phenomenally. His deep ball, honestly, was among the best in the league. He's one of the most exciting players to watch in the NFL, in my opinion. His deep ball is so pretty. He has an absolute bullet. He reminds me a lot of Josh Allen in a lot of ways. I mean, he has the mobility. Isn't quite as much of a mobile quarterback as Josh Allen, but he has the mobility to run around and make plays with his feet if he needs to. And he's a big-bodied guy like Josh Allen. I think Herbert in Brandon Staley's system this year, I think he'd make big strides, and I think he's poised for a big year at the Chargers. Number 9, I have Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford has an incredible arm. His accuracy is just criminally underrated. He was doing the no-look pass before Patrick Mahomes made it famous. I mean, you look at some of his games with the Lions, and you're like, how the hell did he make that throw? Like he can weave the ball into any tight window. Like he's incredible. Has some of the best arm strength in the league. In all honesty, I think Matt Stafford may be the toughest quarterback in the NFL. I don't know that there's another quarterback that can fight through injuries like Matt Stafford can. This is a tough quarterback, and I fully expect him to lead the Rams to the playoffs in 2021. Week 8, I have Lamar Jackson. Um, Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray, in my opinion, are nearly identical, but I think Lamar Jackson, can do a little bit more with his feet. I also think he's in a better system that helps him more. Um, like they give him good running backs to help him open up the passing game. He gives them more opportunities in the passing game um than really the Cardinals do. I feel like the Cardinals rely too much on the passing game and don't really have all that great of a running game, so it allows teams to um take less guys out of the box and drop them in coverage, and that's hard for a quarterback to work around. So, and I mean, Lamar Jackson is as talented as they come. I mean, you saw it in 2019. He was easily the MVP. Put up, I want to say 46 total touchdowns. I don't quote me on that number, but I know it's 40 something. I want to say it's about 46 total touchdowns. I mean, Lamar Jackson's just incredible. The system he's in really helps him out. Don't sleep on the Ravens in 2021. Week 7, I know I'm probably going to get some hate for having Dak Prescott this high up, but before Dak got injured in 2020, his passing yards and really touchdowns too, like, he was poised for an incredible season. Yeah, they weren't really getting the wins needed, but that had nothing to do with Dak Prescott. I mean, their defense was allowing 30 to 35 points a game. That makes it really hard for a quarterback to come out and win you a game. Um, I mean, with how talented that offense is, and with a potentially healthier offensive line than last year, Dak Prescott is going to be poised for an incredible season next year. And spoiler alert, I personally think Dak Prescott will lead the league in passing yards in 2021. That's just my bold prediction here. Week 6, we have the greatest quarterback of all time himself, Tom Brady. Tom Brady put up 40 passing touchdowns last year and led the Buccaneers to the Super Bowl and won it. I mean, I don't even know where to start with Brady. I've over the last few years, I've been kind of that person that hasn't really given Tom Brady the credit because he was always in that Bill Belichick system that typically makes it pretty easy for quarterbacks to succeed in. He was more of in New England, he was more of a guy that, he could hurry and get the ball to his speedy receivers and, they'd rack up yards after the catch. As a pretty easy system for a quarterback, in my opinion. But when he got to Tampa, he was hurling the ball downfield as accurate as they come. He wasn't affected by pressure like at all. he played incredibly, and I strongly considered putting him in the top 5, but I think these guys that I have above him, I think they're special. I think these guys are too good to put outside of the top 5. So, at number 5, I have Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is another guy that could very potentially be higher up on this list. I think he honestly is held back a little bit by his coach. We've seen over the last couple years that the Seahawks start out really, really hot. Russell Wilson looks like an MVP. And then Pete Carroll and that offense kind of starts getting conservative and doesn't let Wilson, keep dominating the game. I think that's why the Seahawks started losing more games last season. I mean, if they just let Russ cook, they just let him go out and do his thing. I mean, Russell Wilson could be one of, if not maybe the best quarterback in the league. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. He is incredible, has insane mobility, is very good at getting out of pressure, which he needs because that offensive line has been pretty terrible over the last, really over the last like 7 years. I mean, they just haven't had a great O-line for a while. At number 4, I have Josh Allen. Okay, this one, I'm going to brag here a little bit. Coming out of the draft, I thought Josh Allen was going to be really good in the NFL one day. His rookie year, yeah, there was a lot left to be desired, but I kept having faith in him, and going into 2019, I was like, I think he's gonna take a big step forward. He goes from throwing 10 touchdowns to throwing 20 touchdowns. I was like, look, he improved a lot, like I said. And that offseason, I was like, yeah, Josh Allen's going to take another big step forward in 2020. There he goes. 40 passing touchdowns and just plays like an absolute monster. I mean, he was a very strong MVP candidate for really most of the season. I think he very well could win MVP in 2021. Like, Josh Allen's just incredible. He might be the best deep ball passer in the league now. And him and Stephon Diggs make an excellent duo as well. That offense is going to be scary in 2021. Number 3, I have Deshaun Watson. It was really hard for me to decide who to put at number 3 between Watson and Allen. Ultimately, I decided to put Deshaun Watson here because of the pieces around him. I think if you were to give him, the pieces that Josh Allen has, like basically if you were to just trade them to each other's offense, I think Deshaun Watson could be just as good in that Bills offense as Josh Allen, if not maybe a little bit better. He was the most accurate quarterback in the NFL in 2020, despite getting sacked 49 times. I mean, he didn't have a lot of help around him. He had one of the worst rushing offenses in the league, a bottom 5 offensive line, a terrible coach, a completely dysfunctional front office, and he was still making magic happen. I mean, he kept the Texans competitive in nearly every game. Number 2, I have Aaron Rodgers, the MVP in 2021. I don't know what's going to happen with the Rodgers situation. I don't know if he's going to be traded or if he'll stay in Green Bay. To me, it doesn't really sound like he's going to stay in Green Bay. But no matter what happens, he was absolutely dominant in 2020. And I think he can do the same thing in 2021 if he plays. I mean, really with the Packers, he had Devontae Adams, Robert Tonyan, and Aaron Jones. But he didn't really have much of a solid wide receiver too. It was mainly, hurl the ball to Devontae Adams whenever he's open, and then, have Robert Tonyan be a good red zone threat. Yeah, he has the weapons, but not having a wide receiver 2 and 3, I mean, you put him in an offense like the Cowboys, I think he could put up over 50 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers is absolutely incredible in my opinion. And I strongly considered putting him at number 1 because of that. But number 1, you already know who it is. It's Patrick Mahomes. There's there's not another guy in the league that can make magic happen like Mahomes can. I mean, in the Super Bowl, he was running for his life, had over 500 yards from running around on the field, like basically scrambling out of pressure. Okay, his offensive line didn't give him anything. His receivers were dropping balls in the end zone. He just he had to do it all, and any other quarterback would have struggled with that too. Um, there wasn't a single game in 2020 that was lost because of Patrick Mahomes. He he is without a doubt in my mind the best quarterback in the NFL, and I think he's going to be my early pick for the NFL MVP in 2021. But let me know what your top 10 quarterbacks are in the NFL going into 2021. Let me know what you thought of my list. Again, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Later.